Y'all, welcome back to Goodies by Jay, and I'm back with another video. Sorry it took me a while, but today I am going to make a ribeye steaks. I would pan fry. I was cook it on top of the stove for maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and then put it inside the oven for an hour on low cook. So I had prepped a few things. I have uncooked beef equa sausage. I have cooked shrimp, lightly cooked. I didn't cook it. Stop screaming. I didn't cook it for too long. I have me a Coca-Cola because I get thirsty. I'm not supposed to be drinking soda. I've been doing good though. I had some bell peppers. They didn't have the green peppers in the store, so I just cut up some. You know, even though it's not green, you know what I'm saying, it's still the same thing. So I cut up some red, yellow, and orange peppers. I have some Montreal steak seasoning. I have some white ground pepper for the steak. I have a bay leaves for the steak. A little slap your mamas. Just a tab of Creole seasoning. Seasoned salt. Celery salt. And we're going to put a little bit of Mrs. Salt-Free Dash. I'm going to put a little bit of, I don't want to use complete seasoning for this dish. You can use complete seasoning, but I don't want the complete seasoning taste. Adobo for all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to use some black pepper, some onion powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and some blackened seasoning. I do use a little bit of brown sauce in it. I won't be using a lot of browning sauce, but I will be using a little bit for my steak. I've reserved this shrimp juice. I only use the Creole seasoning to cook it a little bit. No butter. I'm going to be putting this inside the... Stop screaming, please and thank you. I will be putting this inside the jambalaya, because what I'm going to cook on the side of the steak, the baked steak, will be jambalaya for the sides. And it's going to be jambalaya and corn on the cob. So yeah, y'all, let's get into it. So we're back. So what we're going to do is preheat the pan. We're going to preheat this. So when I cooked it in here, we're going to throw the steak on first, and then we're going to cook the jambalaya, and then the corn will be last that I will be cooking, because the corn only takes about 30 to 45 minutes to boil. So we're going to preheat this. Let me try to get my soda open. I don't even think that's God right there. You know, I can't even get it open. So let me go ahead and get my Gatorade. I ain't fixing to hurt my teeth. Alright. So we're going to preheat that. I was going to use some cholesterol-free oil, but I won't be eating steak anyway, so. Delicious. I will be using, I will be using this oil instead, the light tasting olive oil. It's not heavy in sodium. It's 0 cholesterol in it, 14 calories of total fat, 0 sodium. And yeah, we're gonna eyeball this pan. And when I cooked the shrimps in here, I did not rinse it. I just wiped it out because I want some of the residue from the shrimp to still be like in the steak, if that makes sense. If it don't make sense, I don't know what to tell y'all. And yes, I can cook. You gotta taste my food for yourself. So what we're going to do is add a little bit. I cannot believe it's butter. We're just going to add that. Eyeball that. What I do is I add a bay leaf before I add my steak. I add maybe 1 or 2 bay leaves, maybe 3 if I want to feel fancy. And we're going to pan fry it for a little bit, and then we're going to throw it in the oven. So what I'm going to do is preheat my oven to, I put it on 305 because I like it for it to just sit and marinate in the heat. Like, I can't explain it. So what we're simply doing on the top of the stove is we're going to throw the steak in and cook it for a little bit, you know, pan fried on the stove. Add the seasonings on top of the stove. Let me put some gloves on. And then, yeah, that's about it. All right, good boy. Okay, so that is ready for the steak. So the type of steak I have is a ribeye steak. I've cleaned it with water, a tiny bit of lemon juice, and just cleaned it real good. Like, you know, you gotta, get that up on it. So let me turn it up a little bit. We're gonna add the first steak. I'm gonna add this steak. I always wanted to be a chef. Like, I always wanted to cook. My passion my whole life has been cooking. We're gonna add this steak. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season now. And what I do for seasoning is I like to season my bell peppers with it. I don't separate it. Yeah. So we're gonna put the bell peppers in there. We're gonna put some more now. Okay. So we're gonna add a dab of browning sauce, browning seasoning sauce. So we're gonna add that in the middle, cause it's strong, so you don't need a lot of it, just a little bit. We're gonna add some ground white pepper. Grounded white pepper. We're gonna add some onion seasoning, just a little bit, not a lot. And when you season the side on the other side, I only season one side with all the seasoning, and then the other side maybe 1 or 2 seasoning, because I don't want it too salty. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper, not a lot of black pepper. We're gonna add a little bit of seasoned salt. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit of slap your mama up in there. So I'm about to flip it because I don't want this side to get too salty. So I'm gonna flip it on this side. And I'm gonna flip this one on this side. These are really tasty. Like, these are delicious steaks. Alright, so we season that side. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of dash on this side. I'm gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning. I'm gonna add some Creole seasoning, but let me add a little bit of blackened seasoning. Oh shoot. Oh man, I gotta clean that up. Okay. And we're gonna add some Creole. Okay, hopefully it's not too much Creole. I'm gonna add a little bit of water in it. Okay. If you add too much seasoning, hurry up and throw water on it so it don't stick. And did I add the adobo? I could have sworn I did for the other side. I forgot. No, baby, I'm already cooking. I don't need your help. All right, last but not least, let me turn the heat. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to add some Montreal steak seasoning. Okay. Okay. We can add a lot of this because it's not salt. It's like some type of. It's like if you know what sesame seeds is, it's like that. You know. I hope this steak got like seasoning because I'm not tasting it. I'm simply cooking it and delivering it or whatever. So I'm gonna deliver it to my people that eats my food who love my steak. Yes, indeed, they love it. I do not eat steak. However, when I did taste my steak and I tasted Chipotle steak, I just choose to eat my own steak before the restaurants because you could literally cut my steak with like a spoon. Like that's how delicious it is. You could cut it with a spoon. Like it's really good. Like super, super good. Like infinity good. Alright, let me get a top for this. Boom. So while that's cooking, what we're going to do is cook this. Use butter for this. Alright, that's all the butter I need. Okay, that's all the butter. The shrimps will be last. Extremely last. Let me find me a spoon. Cause I'm about to move too soon, so I packed up a lot of my spoons. Hopefully I can find one in here. I'm not holding you right here. No, now go lay down. I'm cooking this. Place that in there. The oven is hot for my steak. Yes, indeed. Y'all know how to boil corn and sugar. I already put like butter, sugar, black pepper, and white pepper in there. Not a lot of pepper though. I didn't put a lot of pepper. But you definitely would taste the, you know, the pepper. Alright, we're gonna cook that for a little bit. celery salt in here, just a little bit. And Creole. White pepper. Y'all still see the steak cooking? Let me cut up a little bit of, chop up the meat a little bit more. I need a fork. Alrighty. So next, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I'm about to add that shrimp juice up in there that I cooked in the shrimps. So I want to call it shrimp seasoning, basically. That's my shrimp seasoning. Alright, so let's get some water. Let's get some water for my stuff. About to add medium cooked shrimp. Oh no, let's take that out. The medium cooked shrimp. We're about to stir it up a little bit. I got 1 bag of jambalaya. One bag. I'll add that in there. Okay. Alright. So on the jambalaya, I'm going to add some water. It's hot water. We're going to let that come to a boil. Once that boil and it's done, where my top at for? I'm going to wait for this to boil. And then we be back. We back. I just put the steak in the oven to cook. And the type of salt I got is the salt substitute. So this don't have no sodium in it at all. It's completely sodium free. So we're gonna add that to this. I'm just putting it in the water. Okay. I'm about to add a little parsley to it for freshness. Basically. I'm gonna take a picture of a beautiful plate when all the food is done. But right now the food isn't done. So we're gonna wait for that. Yeah. Excuse me. Turn it down a little bit and then put the top back on and we'll be back. Alright y'all, so we back with another video and alright. I say we back with another video. We're back. This is how the jambalaya looks. Alright. Let me see if this rice is tender or if it needs more boiling. Okay. Ooh. That tastes good. Like the seasoning. It tastes really good. Oh wow, I don't like this. So the bay leaf gave it flavor, like, and definitely it tastes really, really good. Okay, let's start. I'm about to clean up and straighten up for a little bit. I'm probably about to let this sit because it's actually done cooking. So I turned it off, and then this is boiling. So we're gonna let that boil for maybe 30 to 40 minutes. And then that's done. We don't want to overcook it past that. The longest you ever want to boil a corn is an hour. And probably not even that. Alright, so we be back. Let me straighten up, get my kitchen together, get my plate together to do my picture. And I will be back. That's what I have. Ribeye steak, brown seasoning, sausage, shrimp, jambalaya, sweet corn on the cob. It's really good.